Hello, loves, and welcome back to the Sirens Library. Today, we're going to be talking about The Summer I Turned Pretty. Tonight was the season finale, okay? And I think it was like 3 days ago, I finished listening to the third book's audiobook. So I have been listening to the audiobooks the past like couple of weeks because I've been reading other stuff in between. Don't mind my kitten. She's over there being a menace. I don't know what she's doing, but I love her so much, but she's such a menace. Anyway, I've been like reading other things, but the audiobooks, the Summer I Turned Pretty audiobooks are not only in the library, they're on the Hoopla app, which I love because I didn't want to read it myself. I wanted to listen to the audiobook because the actors from the show actually do the audiobook. And I was like, this is great. I can literally just hear their voices like from the show, and I keep hearing clips of it on TikTok, like people playing clips of the book, and I'm like, oh, they actually recorded it. So I was really excited to just listen to the audiobook, but I've been listening to it for the past couple of weeks in between reads because it's only about like 6 hours long, and I listen to audiobooks at like sometimes 2 times, most of the time it's 2 times the speed. But for that one, I kind of did a 1.5 just so I could listen to the voices like fine. And it didn't really take me that long to listen to them. Like I would finish one in a day, like less than a day, honestly, because it's like 6 hours for the audiobook. If you're listening to it with a higher speed, it like you finish it kind of really quick. But they're really, really easy reads, and I love getting to hear their voices. And I just finished book 3, and tonight was the season 2 finale. I just watched episode 8, and oh my god, first of all, the last week's episode was way better than this one. I feel like this week's episode, the way that it includes certain things from the books and the way that it changes things is interesting. I felt like Conrad in the book was way more passionately, like emotionally hurt, versus the Conrad in the show was so petty. Oh my god. He really started to have this battle with her in the car. Like, I don't know. Like, I felt like the moody Conrad that, like, it's written in the books, it was just like, all of a sudden he had this switch of personality. He was just petty Conrad. Like, it caught me off guard. It really caught me off guard because I remember book 2 and I don't remember him saying any of that. Like in the car ride to, when they get stuck in the rain and they're going, they choose to go into the motel. Like I don't remember that happening in the books at all. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But he literally turned into petty Conrad talking about, hey, Billy, who kisses better, me or Jeremiah? What? He was being so petty. Oh my god. Also, the fact that they changed the scene of like in the second book where so in the second book, it's not Summer Without You. Jeremiah is the one who kisses Belly. Like he's the one who does that scene. Like it wasn't Belly. In the show, I know that they said that they were switching season 2 was going to be a little bit different, and I think they made it so like Belly was actually fighting to be with Jeremiah, like for them to actually like make sense, because in the book it's like he kisses Belly and then Conrad basically like says, okay, he's the one that wants you, whatever. And then she ends up just getting with Jeremiah, and that's like what happens. But in a show context, I feel like they needed to make Belly like fight for Jeremiah a little bit for it to make logical sense. And in the book, even when they were in the motel and Conrad tells her that he didn't mean what he said and stuff, like in the book she was really, really hurt, but in the show it almost felt like like it was like a moment, like here you are doing exactly what you always do. Like it just felt very dismissive. So I felt like there were certain things that they definitely switched. There's certain things that they definitely kept in, but there's definitely certain things that they definitely switched, and it felt like the finale didn't feel like a finale to me. And granted, I know the third book is supposed to be the third book and everything, but the third book is really all over the place, and I don't know how this is going to, like, first of all, because of the writer's strike and because of everything, they're not going to be filming. I know that it got renewed for season 3 because they talked about, like, they talked about it, you know, being renewed, and they want to start working on it, but because of the strikes, they can't start working on it. So in my head, I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't know if we're going to have season 3 in the summer next year. Because if you think about it logically, okay, if they can't start filming right away, even if they have the script already, if they can't start filming right away, I don't know how they're gonna get, I mean, granted, I guess filming something, they can, you know, film and edit and stuff quickly, but they're cutting it down to the wire. Like, if they're gonna try to release it by the summer, they're gonna have less than a year to do so. And it's like, you know, the actors are getting older, everything's moving quickly. Technically, the 3rd season is the last season, right? Because it's 3 books, it's 3 seasons. But it's just, oh my God, I just want, let me just say this. Your girl is a Team Jeremiah girl since season 1, but Conrad has been growing on me in a way that's like, it's been slowly growing on me, especially reading the books and having his scenes. His scenes in the book were so freaking funny. Like, it was so freaking funny. But I also, like, I feel for him as well. So it's like he's been slow and growing on me. But like, I feel like I'm a Team Jeremiah girl, because Jeremiah just treats her 10 times better. It always has. And it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just healthy relationship, Abby, but Conrad just like literally actively is a mess most of the time. But he's been growing on me, and especially reading the last book. So hopefully season 3, I know they said they were going to stick as close to the books for season 3, because I know they changed a lot of things for season 2 from the books, and it's very obvious what they changed. But I hope that I just want it to make sense. I want it to make sense, and I want the book to close the way it's supposed to. I also felt like the 3rd book, also, we didn't get enough Conrad and Belly time in the 3rd book. So I really hope that we get a little bit more towards the end of the series when they do get married. Spoiler, somebody has not read the book, but Conrad and Belly end up together. They do get married. But I hope we get a little bit more time with them, because I feel like we need to see them in a healthy relationship. We only get a scene of them like at the end of the book, and it's like, okay, but like, he put you through hell though, and I need more. So hopefully she gets to, you know, do something. Give me something. Anyway, those are my thoughts. That last episode was all over the place. Some parts of it felt choppy, where the previous episode I felt like was the punch of the season, like just him catching, like Conrad catching Belly kissing Jeremiah. It was just iconic, and I feel like this one was just like, okay. But they still have, Jeremiah and Belly still have the best kisses. I don't care. Argue with yourself. They have the best kisses in the show. The pool, the last week's episode, they have the best kisses. I'm sorry. Even in the 1st season, when Conrad and Belly had their first kiss, I was like, okay, but it's not given the pool scene. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know who's the best kisser, since Conrad wants to ask Belly who kisses better, me or Jeremiah. Who do you think is the best kisser? Let me know in the comments. It's Jeremiah. Anyway, I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all stay blessed.